Look, really proud of these guys. You know, we talk about it all the time. We're going to play for 40 minutes. I thought we did that tonight. You know, I think we really shared the basketball. The stats have been broken, so I have no idea. I couldn't tell you anything. But I thought we played together. I thought our defense really picked up early on. I think rebounding was a little bit of an issue. Again, they got some late, but I thought overall we did a much better job. I thought our communication was better. And just happy for these guys. I am. You know, we didn't have a good practice. The first practice back, so Tuesday we had a rough practice, and not a big yeller screamer, although I don't have a voice, but you know, I got on these guys and they really responded with then having 2 great days after that, right? On Thursday and then today at shoot around, they were locked in, and big reason is these 2 guys. So excited to be here. I thought our Temple fans were awesome. I saw a lot of Temple shirts and stuff as we were leaving to leave the court, and that's awesome that they traveled out here to support us.
Questions for Jamal and Steve?
Hey, Jamal, I don't know, this is just me looking at it, but were these rims really soft, forgiving, good rims?
They were. I mean, they were, you know, any rim I like, so I mean, any rim's pretty soft for me, but I mean, it was, yeah, I would say so, pretty soft. Yeah.
Steve, just for you guys, I mean, obviously you and Jamal really got going, but what's it like to see, I mean, you're only 2 games in, but just to see the rest of the lineup get going, see Dylan get going, get Tunde go, like just so many people contributed across the board tonight, and you saw that depth that maybe you guys didn't have as much of last year.
Yeah, I think it's great. You know, we have a really new team filled with a lot of talent. Credit to coach, bringing in great players, and you know, we're just a group of guys that enjoys playing with each other, and we want to see the next guy win. So, you know, those guys showed us what they can do, but they've been showing us since the summertime. So, really proud of them.
Steve, is there a key to sort of, almost every team has a lot of new guys every year now, but to make it look like you guys aren't new, right? What do you think makes that happen so fast?
I think, you know, Coach Fisher and his staff, credit to them, you know, they brought in guys with the right attitude, and we share one common goal, so it makes it easy to go to battle with guys like that, and, you know, since day one, we just made it an effort to have good chemistry on and off the court. We do a lot of stuff, you know, together, so I think it's shown, and it'll continue to get better.
Jamal, if the stats are right, I have you 9 for 12 from deep this season. Does that sound about right?
I think so. I mean, I'm just keeping track of the win column, so.
Right. No, I get it. But it seems that you're making more of a concerted effort to shoot from deep, something that you weren't always known for. Is that true? And you're knocking them down at a high clip, too.
Yeah.
So is that something you focused on in the offseason?
I mean, I would just say I always, you know, ever since I was little, I always work on every part of my game, and I think I got to give credit to, you know, this coaching staff for just, you know, how they play. They play out of concepts more, and you know, a lot more ball screens, a lot more just a lot of players communicating with each other, and so he gives us that freedom to kind of do that and control some of the certain things. So I'm just taking what the defense is giving me, and that's just all that I'm going out there just to play basketball, man, and win a game.
Right. Great game. So.
Well, we talked a couple weeks ago, you talked about Tunde and how he just understands things at a high level, seals things off. He's been a starter both these games. How much does he help you? Obviously, you got going early, but he looks very comfortable. It looks like you guys can trust him, and he's doing all those little things. Is that about what you expected heading into the season?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, Baba, he's a very, very tough kid. I mean, he's very skilled, and he understands the game. And you know, I think I said this to you like a long time ago. Like, we play one-on-one. I don't play one-on-one with a lot of dudes. So, and me and him, you know, kind of, you know, play one-on-one. So he's good. He's really good. He's gonna help our team, you know, way farther down the line. And you know, he'll be a pro. So he's really good.
Steve, after the game, we saw you kind of swarm, you and a couple other players kind of swarm game bias after his performance. What did you make of his last couple of minutes there?
Yeah, I think, you know, A's a really talented kid, and just him getting in the game late and just doing what he does. You know, that he's a freshman, young guy, getting his first college baskets, and like I said, we just have a team full of people that want to celebrate our brother. So I think Aiden played really well along with the other freshmen. Just wanted to celebrate him. He did great.
Hey, Jamal, what was in our practice on Tuesday that you guys weren't getting done?
Just the little details, you know, just the little entails effort. I think some guys come in, fatigued and a little nicked up, and you still got to have an intentional practice in what we got to do. And we had a players meeting and everything, and we're getting stuff figured out. Obviously we got 10 new guys, so everything is still getting the chemistry flowing. But it's all headed in the right direction. So we're right where we're supposed to be right now.
Anything else for the student athletes? Yes, you want to come down, be coach? Questions for coach?
Adam, yeah, go ahead. So Adam, not many times last year where you were up 20 at the half. Do you have that? What's that halftime speech that you maybe got to break out?
Yeah, first, we have great respect for Coach Rice and Monmouth. You look at last year, their second game of the year, they go and win at West Virginia. Our guys have heard that for 3 straight days. That's a really talented, older group. I expect them to have a really good year, and that's what we told him. He's going to have those guys ready to go. We had to compete at a high level, and again, it's coach talk, but we put it up on the board 0-0. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do this happen. 0-0, and then little 4-minute games throughout that. What are we doing?
And you went to Muhammad Kia early just to give you some size. And what did he show you in the minutes he was on the floor? Is it nice to just have someone like him, throw him in there for a different image, different size?
Yeah, we made a decision early on that hey, we're going to told him, hey, be ready to go. And we got to get him some more minutes so he's more comfortable, right? But it's that size and then the toughness and go rebound, right? So rebounding was an issue last game. I don't know what it was tonight, but that was a point of emphasis and it will continue to be. So we thought he'd go out there and do that. And again, he's going to keep getting better, but I thought he did a nice job.
How do you think Dylan is faring his first 2 collegiate games?
He's learning. He's doing some really good things, and we told him keep simplifying your game and doing it. He had 2 wide open threes tonight too, and we kind of told him hey, you're 3 for 3 right there in the basket, but he's wide open. He can make them. He's done it in practice. He's proven it. But it's his ability to rebound and defend. That's the biggest thing for him. We told him just worry about rebound and defend. And we got an experienced guard, so keep your eyes on the ball handler as you're rolling. So I think that's something. But I've been really pleased with him. He's going to keep getting better.
There was one sequence in the second half where there was a loose ball and Steve was diving for it, Shane was diving for it. When you see guys on the floor, everybody eye into diving at the ball and being aggressive, how does that make you feel as a coach and as a culture builder?
Yeah, it's great. It's what we do, right? And then, if I remember correctly, one guy didn't sprint over to pick everybody up, and he's going to get an earful when we watch the film. But that's what we do. And we talk about all the time, you got to set the tone early, be the first team on the floor. And we had 2 opportunities in the first game where we didn't. So I was glad that they took what we saw on film and were able to do it in the next game. But that's what we expect. So I'm glad they did it, but it's what we expect.
Coach, along those same lines, I thought Shane, there was kind of a lull in the game for both teams, and Shane came in, I thought brought a lot of energy, was, fighting for rebounds, made some really nice passes. This is after a not so great game, for the opener, 1 for 7. I just wanted to comment on his performance.
Yeah, I know he didn't shoot it well in the opener, but he did some awesome things. He led us in rebounding. He guarded really well. So that's what we were looking for him to do. Like this team, I truly believe we probably have 13 guys that could go get 20. And I believe that, and they've done it. We've watched them, the guys we've recruited, they've done it. So now it's figuring out, all right, not everybody's going to go get 20 tonight. What can you do to help win? And I thought he, again, guarded really well. He made the right reads and pick and roll. And he's coming back. He missed, again, the first 25, 26 practices. It's hard to do. But he's an older guy, experienced, great size. And again, I think his rebounding and defending is setting the tone for the other guys.
What went into the starting lineup change?
Rebounding. We thought we had to get off to a better start, and rebounding was the key.
As far as, you're off to a 2-0 start, pretty comfortable win tonight. What on the negative side, on the other hand, where are you looking for the team to improve? If the stats are correct, for example, you really made nice strides today with turnovers. You said you had less than 10, if that's correct. What's the next step where you'd like to see the team improve?
We still had some opportunities in the first half. Early in the second half, our communication isn't where we want it to be. And again, we don't play to the score. We don't really talk about the score. It's doing what we do. So there were some lapses in that we'll watch the film and work on. But for us, it's getting better every day, right? Like it's coming in on Sunday, get ready for our next opponent, our next opportunity. Watching film, can we get better? Now we got to go practice. Some guys are going to be sore, right? Now you got to get better. Then you got to come back Friday. So for us, it's just continuing to get better on small details. I think that's where we're further ahead this year, is the smaller details, but we need those to keep getting better as we go through the season.
Anything else?
Did Dylan and Baba like do freshman things in practice that we don't see a whole lot of freshman things that they're doing out there?
Yeah, they do. They do it in the game too, Sean. I promise you. But no, they do. Great credit to our staff, like Coach Uger, Coach Wyatt right now, and obviously Coach Jordan are watching some extra film with those guys after practice. Little clips, right? An extra 5 minutes here, an extra 5 minutes there, showing them, hey, this is what we're gonna see tonight. This is how they'll play the ball screen. This will be how we need to defend, and they're learning that. And I think they are going through it at practice, and I think that's helping them. When you have older guys that are helping them and telling them we need you, you kind of move along a little bit faster. But they're going through their freshman stuff as well.
And just real quick, Elijah Gray's status.
Yeah, I'll get more information. I believe tomorrow. We hope to have him available for Tuesday night. But out of precaution, he did not make the trip tonight.
Last question, John.
I was going to ask about him. So, it's 2 games in, but you've been able to just mix and match the lineup a little bit. If you get him back on Tuesday, another good player to add into the mix. Obviously, you're going to see what happens Tuesday night, but what has it been like these first 2 games? You don't have Lynn yet. You could get Elijah back on Tuesday. You had a lot of depth tonight. Pleasant problem to have, or kind of a tricky problem to have? What goes into blending him back into the lineup?
Yeah, I think it's great when you look down the bench and you have guys, not only the depth, but guys that you trust, right? And Elijah's done it. Lynn Greer's done it. So you have 2 guys like that. So the more minutes we can get guys, that's why Quante Berry's playing a lot of minutes right now, trying to work through some things, right? Our freshmen are getting more minutes so that when we keep going through this season, we talk all the time, we need 16. We need all 16. That's from practice. I thought our scout team did a great job, so I get excited when they get to go to the game at the end because they prepare you. And they don't prepare you the right way, then your team can't get better. So 16 guys, it's a great problem to have, but it's also, this team is unique where you've heard these guys now 2 nights in a row come up here and say, hey, we're just happy for each other. They have no idea what they're doing. And we didn't have the stats to even tell them tonight. So if we can continue that attitude, and it's hard, right? There's certain guys that are upset, and I just said it to the team. I think Aiden Tobias was upset he didn't play the first game. He came out today and played like it was not on his mind at all. And that's what we did.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys. Thanks.